What's up, my people? Welcome back to another exciting edition of Sports Updates Ghana, and in this edition I have some exclusive updates on the Black Stars for you guys, because head coach Otto Addo paid some key players a visit during his tour in Europe, and we'll be talking about it and talk about the players who he met as well as their coaches. Not forgetting also, we'll be talking about some Ghanaian players who were able to make appearances in the UEFA Champions League matches that came off on Wednesday night. There's more coming up right here on Sports Updates Ghana. All you have to do is to subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So now let's get right into it. And Ghana's head coach Otto Addo is currently in Europe and has been paying working visits to some of the Black Stars players. Well, earlier tonight, the Ghana Football Association made a post confirming that the head coach Otto Addo is currently in Europe. Well, Otto Addo made his first stop at Arsenal in London, where he met with Partey and his coach, that is Mikel Arteta. You know, Captain Thomas Partey hasn't been in the Black Stars for a while. He got injured, and as a result of those things, Partey has not been in the Black Stars. And I think this particular visit was very, very important to Coach Otto Addo, because Mikel Arteta sees Thomas Partey as a very, very good player. And in the last AFCON qualifiers that we played against Niger and Angola, Thomas Partey did not play in those matches. Why? Because it appears that Mikel Arteta is protecting Thomas Partey from getting injured. So as a way to bring understanding, well, Coach Otto Addo decided to pay them a visit so that they can clarify issues out and sort out any reason why Arsenal doesn't want to release Thomas Partey for national duty. So we could possibly see Thomas Partey back in action. And if you are doubting, remember when Mohamed Kudus was captain of the Black Stars in matches, and later on they gave the captainship to Jordan Ayew. Thomas Partey said he was sick and all that. Arsenal released a statement saying that Thomas Partey was not feeling well. The next few days, when club football resumed, we saw Thomas Partey playing for Arsenal in those matches. So it is very imperative for Otto Addo to have that discussion with Coach Mikel Arteta to bring an understanding as to why Arsenal does not want to release Thomas Partey, and also assure them that, well, when Thomas Partey comes into the national team, he'll be protected from getting injured and all that and more. So yes, Coach Otto Addo paid Thomas Partey a visit, and the pictures are what you can see on your screen. Well, Thomas Partey and Mikel Arteta are not the only people that Coach Otto Addo met with. Well, Coach Otto Addo met with Alexander Djiku, the Black Stars defender, and Alexander Djiku plays for Turkish club that is Fenerbahce. So Otto Addo traveled to Turkey to also meet Alexander Djiku over there. I cannot tell whether he met Djiku first before traveling to England, because we don't know his schedule. But what we know is that Coach Otto Addo also met with Alexander Djiku, and well, I think this is also very important. I don't know if you've heard these rumors that Coach Otto Addo is not in good terms with Alexander Djiku as to one or two reasons, because Djiku said one thing and didn't go very well, and as a result, well, they had some few issues, and another issue had to do with the captaincy when it was given to Mohamed Kudus over there. So yes, he had to sort all these things out to ensure that ahead of the World Cup qualifiers, which resumes in March, the Black Stars are prepped up for the games, and that we don't have any issues with little and petty things. So yes, Coach Otto Addo paid a visit to Alexander Djiku, as you can see on your screens over there. So Alexander Djiku will be back for the Black Stars once again when we take on our opponents in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Well, Coach Otto Addo is expected to pay a working visit to some other Black Stars players in Europe, including the likes of Mohamed Kudus in London, as well as other players scattered across the Premier League and in England, before traveling out to players playing in Spain, Italy, and other countries. Well, so away from the Black Star stories, let's wrap it all up with the UEFA Champions League, because there were action in the UEFA Champions League, and we're going to take record of how some Ghanaian players performed in matches that were played. Well, let's start off with Arsenal's game against Girona, and Arsenal beat Girona by 2-1. It was a first half finish for Arsenal as they scored the 2 goals, and Girona reduced this deficit by 1-0. Thomas Partey started the game for Arsenal, and typically of Mikel Arteta, he's not listening, keeps starting Thomas Partey at the right back position, and Thomas Partey in this game played at the right back position and played for 45 minutes, unlike before when Thomas Partey plays for, the number of minutes he played, 90 minutes and all that. So Thomas Partey was substituted after his first half performance for the Gunners as they won the game by 2-1. Well, it appears that Thomas Partey had done the work in the first half already, so all Arsenal had to do is to control the game and make sure they won the game by 2-1. Well, another game of Ghanaian interest was the game involving Inter Milan versus AS Monaco, and we have one Ghanaian player in action in that game, and that was Mohamed Salisu, who played for AS Monaco, and they were defeated by Inter by 3-0. Well, you would say that Mohamed Salisu did not do well in this game, but guess what? Monaco were reduced to 10 men in the game as early as the 12 minutes, so they had to play with 10 men for the rest of the 80 minutes of action in the game, and for Inter to score them just 3-0 after 90 minutes of action with 10 men, it tells you that, well, probably Salisu and his team, that is AS Monaco, did quite well in that game. Now, another game of Ghanaian interest was a game involving Lille versus Feyenoord, and the man you can see on your screens over there, that is Osman Ibrahim. He was in action for his team, that is Feyenoord, and unfortunately they were beaten by Lille by 6-1. Yeah, so Osman Ibrahim came on as a substitute in the 63rd minute of action to play a little over 30 minutes for his team Feyenoord in the game. It was when Osman Ibrahim came on, the game had already been quenched and Lille were going to win the game. Well, Feyenoord were the team to score the first goal before Lille ended up scoring the rest of the 6 goals to win the game against Feyenoord. Now, let's wrap it all up with Samson Baidu, not a player that many of you know, but he plays for RB Salzburg, and his team came up against Atletico Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. Atletico Madrid defeated them by 4-1, and Samson Baidu was in defense for his team, RB Salzburg, and played 90 minutes of action in the game. I'll be monitoring his progress and see if he deserves a Black Stars call-up or not. But until then, this has been another edition of Sports Updates Ghana. I really appreciate you doing the watching. Don't forget to leave a comment. If you guys don't like commenting, leave a comment what you think about the players and all that. Well, I'll see you in the next one. Please subscribe.